Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, where we dive deep into the world of motorcycles. Today, we're taking a long, detailed look at one of the most iconic motocross machines to ever roll onto a track at the 2026 Suzuki RM-Z 450. This bike has a long legacy of being tough, reliable, and track-focused, and for 2026 Suzuki has made sure it stays competitive while keeping its unique character. Let's walk through this bike from every angle, talk about how it feels, how it performs, and whether it's worth the price tag for riders looking to dominate the dirt. The host gestures to the front of the bike while the camera zooms in. Starting from the front, the RM-Z 450 has a sharp, aggressive stance. The front fender juts out with that trademark Suzuki motocross look, sleek and pointed, designed to deflect rust while still keeping a clean line through the air. The number plate integrates nicely with the slim profile, and the front forks are beefy, fully adjustable Showa units with a coil spring design that Suzuki fans will instantly recognize. They give that balance between stiffness for big jumps and compliance for ruts and braking bumps. The golden fork tubes glint in the light, hinting at performance that's race-ready straight from the showroom. The camera pans to the side of the bike. Looking at it from the side, this is where the RM-Z really shows off its classic motocross silhouette. It has that slim, razor-like bodywork that makes it easy for riders to move around. The radiator shrouds are narrow, helping with airflow and rider ergonomics. The graphics package sticks to Suzuki's bold yellow, black, and blue palette, with just enough edge to look modern without abandoning the iconic look that's been on tracks for decades. The fuel tank is slim, allowing seamless transition when sliding forward into corners, and the seat runs flat from the rear to the bars, which is exactly what motocross racers want for smooth body positioning. Down low, the aluminum twin spars frame is visible, designed to be lightweight but still rigid enough for aggressive riding. Suzuki has fine-tuned the balance here over the years, and in 2026 it remains one of the strongest points of the bike. Predictable handling with a stable yet responsive feel. Now the host moves to the back. From the rear, the RM-Z 450 keeps things minimal. The fender is slim, pointing upward for that aggressive stance. The seat tapers sharply, making it easier for the rider to swing a leg over quickly. The exhaust sits neatly along the right side, a titanium system that balances noise regulation with the punchy bark motocross fans love. The rear suspension uses Suzuki's linkage system mated to a Showa shock, giving plenty of adjustability to suit different riders and conditions. Out back, the swing arm is clean and robust, helping put power down effectively while keeping the weight distribution consistent. The knobby rear tire looks ready to dig deep into loam, clay, or sand, and the whole rear profile screams performance. The host crouches next to the engine. At the heart of this machine is the 449cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine. This motor has been refined over and over, and in 2026 Suzuki continues to chase the balance of usable power and reliability. It's fuel-injected, with a high-compression piston, aggressive cams, and a throttle body designed to give instant response when you crack the throttle. Riders will notice the low-end grunt right off the line, which is great for hole shots, and the mid-range has plenty of punch for clearing jumps and powering out of corners. It may not always be the absolute peak horsepower king compared to some rivals, but Suzuki has intentionally tuned it for a smooth, manageable delivery, which makes it appealing not only to pro racers but also to serious amateur riders who want something predictable and confidence-inspiring. The camera cuts to slow-motion shots of the bike ripping through a track, spraying dirt behind it. On the track, the RM-Z 450 feels balanced. The chassis geometry has always been a Suzuki strength, and this year is no different. It carves into corners with precision, and that trademark A-cornering king reputation is alive and well. The front end communicates what the dirt is doing, and that gives riders the confidence to push harder. Suspension out of the box is firm but not punishing, and with adjustments it can be dialed in for softer conditions or stiffer supercross-style tracks. The brakes are strong, with a large front rotor offering plenty of stopping power without feeling grabby. Riders moving quickly through technical sections will appreciate how stable it feels under braking bumps, and when you launch off jumps, the suspension soaks landings without too much rebound kick. The host nods thoughtfully while leaning on the bike. Performance is always a talking point, and in 2026 Suzuki has kept the RM-Z competitive. Some critics point out that it doesn't have all the latest electronic wizardry that certain other brands are experimenting with, like traction control modes or ultra-advanced mapping systems, but that's part of the charm. The RM-Z 450 sticks to being a rider's machine, keeping things simple and mechanical while still giving you adjustability. You still get Suzuki's smartphone tuning app compatibility, so you can tweak fuel and ignition maps to suit your style, and that's more than enough for most riders who want customization without getting lost in a sea of tech. The video shows close-ups of the controls. The cockpit is clean, with a wide Renthal bar providing plenty of leverage. The clutch pull is light, the levers feel solid, and the foot pegs are wide and grippy. Everything is designed for function, no fluff. Riders who spend hours on the bike will appreciate that Suzuki hasn't overcomplicated the ergonomics. Everything is intuitive and focused on riding. The host steps back as the camera pans around the bike in a full circle. Now let's talk about price. Suzuki has always positioned the RM-Z 450 as one of the more affordable options in the 450 motocross class. For 2026, that strategy continues. While some rival bikes creep higher with premium components and electronic add-ons, Suzuki keeps this machine priced competitively, making it accessible to privateer racers, weekend warriors, and serious enthusiasts who don't want to break the bank. You are getting proven performance, strong reliability, and a platform that can win races in the right hands, all without an overwhelming price tag. The video cuts to a montage of the bike in action: roosts, jumps, scrubs, slow-motion whips before coming back to the host for the closing thoughts. So, after spending time with the 2026 Suzuki RM-Z 450, here's the bottom line. This bike stays true to its roots. It's not chasing gimmicks or overloading itself with tech just to make headlines. Instead, it delivers exactly what a motocross rider needs: strong, usable power, razor-sharp handling, solid suspension, and durability that has made the RM-Z line a legend. It might not win every spec sheet battle, but when you're on the track, the confidence it inspires is worth more than numbers. For riders who want a no-nonsense, competitive motocross bike that feels like an extension of themselves, this is still one of the best choices out there. The host swings a leg over the bike, fires it up, and revs the engine as the sound echoes. That's our deep dive into the 2026 Suzuki RM-Z 450. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Global Bike Buzz for more in-depth looks at the latest machines, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you a fan of the RM-Z? Do you think Suzuki should add more tech, or do you love the straightforward